Aelond
We just text message them back. Thanks. Totally, Mr. R here.
Yep.
Aelond just looks over at Lexa and goes, "Interesting fella."
He gets around, man.
I think Mr. R has no issues getting anywhere he truly desires to be.
That's about what I figured. He's got a little bit of influence, shall we say, which is to our benefit, at least right now. Let's see what we can find.
Alright, so you're gonna go land at this landing platform?
Might as well. Scanning everything all the way there.
Alrighty. So you're going, and you land without incident. It's in a very nice spaceport. Like upper echelon, like fancy people. You're not landing in like the slums of Taris.
The slums of Detroit. No, I didn't say that.
I don't think that's what they would have a spaceport, but sure. There's now a section on Taris called Detroit, and apparently implied by Zeri's comments, it's terrible.
Someone seen that Studio C? Come on, guys. Keep up with my references.
There's actually a RoboCop reference, but okay.
No! Remember the game of Okay, that's a different discussion. I'll link it during the break.
Okay.
Alright, no, it's too late. This is already derailed. We might as well derail it.
Okay, from the game of MASH, remember? She's like, it all came true, and then, like, Natalie's married to Thor, and Whitney is, like, living in the slums with, like, 108 kids. No one remembers this?
What on earth are you talking about?
Sorry.
Studio C!
Yeah, I haven't
Game
watched
of MASH, it all came true,
of
and she's like, every time we go back, and the city is renamed the slums of Detroit.
I'm already behind all the people I'm subscribed to. I can't catch up with Studio C.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, so I know. Yep.
Catch up with them.
You guys are...
And all the funny people are gone, so we're not gonna watch it.
No, this is Natalie and Whitney! Them! You guys made...
Anyways, I haven't seen that. Okay, moving on.
Still linking it during the break, because y'all are failing me.
That's what I do best. Let's go.
Alrighty, so you land without incident. It's a fun time. You like landing without incident. It's a refreshing change from, when you landed on Arshadon, a bunch of people came and shot up the ship and everything else. So far, you have encountered no resistance. You just, you're using the ship, you go places. It's nice. The ship is nice. The landing platform is nice. The people seem pretty friendly.
Except that the racist ones on the top level. Because we are on Taris.
Yeah.
And they're all giving Shyalu and Kalani looks.
Well, they're still on the ship. They don't know they're there.
True.
I look human enough. Actually...
And Mr. R has enough money that they don't carry his pointy ears.
I'm gonna put my hair in a way that my pointed ears are hidden. Just in case.
And Shyalu covers his entire body.
We just put Shyalu in a spacesuit. Kalani's a little harder to hide.
I'm just imagining a big NASA style space.
Pretty much.
No, don't. Can you? Oh, by the Raydik is R1S is completed by this point, and yes, hand raising.
But can hardened system be one of the things?
What is that? I'm not up on my droid components.
Hardened system. Droids of larger or greater size can be designed to have internal armor and...
He is not large, so he is small.
But I want more HP for him.
But he is not large, so no.
But
he is small, he is an infiltration droid, he is not a tank.
What about armor? Can I give him a Duracell plating shell? It's considered light armor.
Do droids have to have proficiency in armor? Does it actually do him any good once he's level 19?
It gives him a...
Also, how much weight does it add to?
Yeah, can he still move? That's another good question.
It's a +3 max dex bonus. Doesn't he have like a -1?
Well, once you're finish leveling him up to level 19, I'd imagine his bonuses are going to be much better.
You didn't tell me what I could do for his bonuses.
Well, there's rules for leveling up droids.
12 and 16, you add 1 to 2 different attribute scores.
Also, like when you add new like upgrades and components, you have to add the weight in, and that subtracts from the total weight they can carry in there, as far as items and stuff. And
Well, I don't need
you
him
don't
to
want
carry.
that to go to 0 or negative.
I
So
don't
if
need
the
to carry.
Durasteel armor is more than he can carry, he might not be able to move at all.
That'd be hilarious.
Just a shell.
He's
rolling on
super
the ground.
plated, and you just have to throw him places, and he hollow project disguises as an object, and he just sits there. He waits.
No, you can have Shyalu use him as a bludgeoning weapon, and then you can shoot while he's being bludgeoned.
About 10 minutes after you land, Aelond, you get a communication from the Eraser.
All right.
Well, I'll let you look it up while Zeri madly scrambles to upgrade her droid.
It doesn't tell me how much weight he can carry. This is shenanigans. I just want to make him better.
You can convert all his stats over to the PC sheet instead of the NPC sheet. That might make it show up.
It's work. I don't have time for that. It says that the weight is only 12 times his cost factor. He has a strength. Yeah, he has a strength of 18. He's gonna be fine. Like,
Yeah, he
that's,
can carry plenty then.
that's 2 less than I do. He's fine. He's getting Durasteel plating.
Oh, you only have 20 strength.
21, if I remember, or 20. Okay.
I got 21. Waiting for level 20. And it'll be 20. No, I have 22. Waiting for level 20, that'll be 23. And then, yeah. Then we're gonna party with a +7 to strength. It's gonna be great.
And then everything will be like a wisdom or dex save later. Dodge
Okay.
is boulder that you
Modifier
can't
only
withstand
figures
even.
on every even number.
I'm still your GM in another game.
You tried to crush with a
Oh,
rock.
bro.
You stranded me in a net and almost murdered me. My entire party's a shambles. We're outgunned, outnumbered, stranded in the middle of the desert with a person who's a prisoner.
But at least there's a chance.
A chance
I'm
that I
missing
just
an ear. I'm on his side.
the chance where we ditch, go find the Trogs, and come back with an army to kill all the bandits? Yes.
You know what? Okay, you all walked into a very obvious trap. I take no blame for that whatsoever.
But we
Well,
didn't
You
even
shot
make
me out of
perception
the
checks,
sky
and we
when I was
clearly
a
knew it. We
bird.
were clearly operating under the assumption that it was potentially a trap, and then you just shot me before you even told me I got close to anything, and I was gonna roll perception.
You failed your stealth. You did roll perception. Yeah, you did. But you failed your stealth long before you could have perceived them.
Okay, let's
That was-
get back to the Star Wars
Anyway,
game.
Star Wars R1S. Yes. Okay. So Aelond, you get that transmission. What do you do?
All right. With that, I will go ahead and relay that to my group. After I cough my head off and try not to cough your ears off. All right, lads and lasses. Looks like we've got a contact who's coming to meet us. Goes by the name of Mr. T. Would I be able to look
What?
this particular alias up real quick?
You can attempt.
I can attempt. I will attempt. That's
Got
gather information.
Let me just be clear here. You're trying to look up someone who works for someone named the Eraser.
Yeah. I might be one of the only people who could do it too. That's gather information?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, be gather information.
I'd almost rather do this on Diego, but that's okay.
Well, too late. He is in Coruscant. He is unavailable at the moment.
It's,
Gonna have to somehow force a nat 20 for that to work.
let's use Knack. Go ahead and use Knack and see what happens.
You have a really good bonus to that.
Yeah, I do. I only have one training in it. I don't have a focus. Oh,
Yeah,
phooey. Okay.
You can destiny point it if you
Wait,
want
wait,
and get a
no.
nat 20.
This is not the thing that you should destiny point.
I'm
This
not
is-
destiny
no.
pointing this.
I advise against that.
I'm not
Yeah.
destiny pointing this. I'm looking for just about any piece of information. It might give me an idea as to identity. Anything from, he likes tea in the morning, or he sips a cup of coffee at 12 o'clock at lunch on the dot, or something, just any stray bit of information I can.
Yeah, you don't find anything. You get a second message following up and be like, sorry, I forgot to mention he's Solonian.
Solonian?
Yes.
Let me remember what a Solonian is.
It's the same ferret people that Drisek is.
Okay, so Aelond would actually know exactly what that is.
It's a ferret. It's
Yes.
a ferret.
Well, if you knew that's what her species was called, yes, then you'd know exactly what that is.
Aelond used to work in security at a spaceport. He kind of knows what some
They're
of
pretty
this
rare, but yeah. Alright. So, yeah.
He'll relay that to them as well. We'll be looking for a particular a Solonian. If you remember Drisek, the nice friend who helped us out at the prison, same thing.
Okay.
What happened to Drisek?
She's still back with Mr. R.
Yeah, we left her
everybody.
behind.
Yep.
Left everybody behind.
Well, we
I'm
kind of
sad.
Even Tham. Poor
Well.
Tham didn't come with you.
So sad.
Absconded in the middle of the night so Elora wouldn't know what was going on, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So sad. I'm so late. I'm so
Didn't
sad.
have much of a choice on that one.
Yeah, I know. Alrighty. So, he's not going to show up for a couple hours, so if there's anything you'd like to prep in prepping for his arrival. Yes, person who's building droids.
Does anyone know if you can like build weapons into your droids? Because I'm not finding those rules.
You should be able to mount weapons on them, yes.
Anyone perchance know where that is in the books?
Nope.
I would assume it would, since he's a small droid, it would have to be a blaster pistol or something of same size. You couldn't do something that was larger unless you did like that miniaturization thing that I think is in the Scum and Villainy book, where you make it a smaller weapon,
yeah.
decrease the
Makes it a lot
damage
more
size.
expensive.
Yes, it makes it. Yes.
So. is
Or
that
using
gonna be
Mr. R's Infinity money ship, so it doesn't matter.
And infinity supplies on the.
Well, he does not have infinity weapons on the ship, so
I'm really kind of asking because I kind of sort of want the tank missile. Is that possible?
you want to put a missile? You want to put a missile on him? I mean, the tank missile's pretty small. Is there a missile in the Star Wars rulebook that is that small? There's wrist rockets. You could probably give him a wrist rocket.
Okay, I'm getting him a wrist rocket.
Yeah.
But Raydik probably doesn't have a wrist rocket on the ship, so you'd have to go get that.
If I remember my Taris lore, there is a lovely shop owned by someone at the cantina whose name I can't remember, but I know she's there. And she sells lots of droids because they're like stuff. Actually, there's a droid merchant. She's a Twi'lek.
Yes. What? Oh, it's been too long. I
But
can't
why don't
remember.
you have wrist rockets?
I know the stuff.
Those sound like they
I
require
bet the
a
other
military
chick does.
license.
I bet the one by the cantina, she's got to have wrist rockets. I have made my list of components though, so that's done. I'm probably going to do the rest out of session because otherwise I will not be able to pay attention.
That's fine. I want one of my combat people not to pay attention. This is good. Got a distracted person trying to figure out.
But I am giving him, just so you know, for in the session when I say I can totally do this, then I can justify it. I want him to have an improved sensors package, magnetic feet, Durasteel plating, and a risk rocket. And that's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 things. I haven't figured out the 5th, but those are the 4.
Stealth?
Yeah, but I can't figure it out.
You already had a
that
stealth field generator.
Yeah.
And a shield
Upgrade his
generator. You could
stealth.
upgrade his shield generator.
yet. Yes.
All right, then. Go ahead.
right,
Wait
I'm
for Mr.
focused.
T.
Let's do it.
Let's.
Where? I kind of was zoned out. What are we doing now? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Someone else gets to be the distracted one. This is fun.
Let's see if we can't pity the fool then.
What? No. Basic, why? Now all these guns are gonna be made. Why? Just why?
Because I had to. I had no choice.
The universe are converging. I don't like it.
Just wait until the Night Elf Mohawk shows up in Fangs.
It's like being surprised that Pachez killed
Kyra,
everyone in the
Kyra,
arena.
instant agreement. If a Mohawked elf named Mr. T shows up, we kill him. No question
that
asked.
seems fair. Oh, you knock him unconscious and put him on a dragon.
They don't have a dragon yet, so.
Well, no, you leave him on like a ferocious dragon. It's a way better way to die. He wakes up and he's like, "I'm in the air on a giant dragon that's gonna eat me. This isn't great."
Then later you
Nope.
see a
Not gonna happen.
dragon with a giant mohawk flying towards.
No. Kyrath, we need to make a pact.
can't
No Mohawks
destroy.
in this game. If they show up, we kill them. It's
What
against our
about a
religion.
dual hawk, like two mohawks?
Anyways, we'll go ahead
What
and
about
just.
three?
Aelon will.
I think I missed what's wrong with having characters with mohawks. Why are you still inside?
Mr. D, you've never seen the A-Team, so you don't understand.
No.
It was
don't need to see
Mr.
the
Durst, English. Remember, he had that poster of Mr. T that said like, "I pity the fool who doesn't know English" or something.
I don't remember that.
Okay, no, never mind.
Okay,
Because we
Maybe
don't
you put it up after you
pay
watch this
attention
class.
in English class.
in that case, it is now my goal to introduce you to the Night Elf Mohawk World of Warcraft commercial, because that was hilarious. But
All right.
anyways, since we're in Star
Okay,
Wars,
so
and
what
not
are you all
Warcraft,
doing before Mr. T shows up?
You
Trying to
you
find
and Bazak started this guy.
trying to start find a nice location where I can watch him as he enters into the, I guess the spaceport, the docking pad that we're at. I'm gonna get a nice spot where, if things go bad, I can get undercover or whatnot.
Yeah. Where exactly are we going, and who's going?
As far as destination, Aelon would have let you know that we're staying here.
You're
Yeah,
cut
are we
out
all
there. What?
going to
Your
meet
mic
with this
cut out.
person? Or what?
Oh no,
What? Yeah, we're
Mr.
all going. Bring our huge party over there. I see no problems with this whatsoever. Our entourage of foxes and droids and people. Yeah.
We can definitely ride in the carpool lane without getting a ticket.
of course. No,
I'm driving. That's
no, you're
harm.
not. The
Yes, I am.
No fighting. No fighting.
I'm driving. I'm driving the speeder.
anyways, the eraser went ahead and is sending an associate of his to meet with us here to confirm my identity and make sure that we're all on the up and up, and then he will escort us to a safe location where the eraser is apparently waiting because the wrong accent. It went from Scottish to Spanish, and it was like that happens because I are good. Trust me, I are good at accents. Well, anyways, we're to wait for him to show up and see if we can't at least greet him nicely. It would be nice not to have to pull out my blaster and blow somebody's brains out again.
Would be nice.
Would be
We'll
nice, but-
see whether that actually happens.
It's been a very pleasant trip so far. I've enjoyed it quite well. Just getting the red carpet treatment with the Space Authority and whatnot. I'm waiting for everything to go boom.
It kind of feels like the calm between the storms here. Eye of the hurricane, maybe. If we've
Where?
got the.
Are we?
I don't.
Where are we?
You are still on the. You're still on the ship, or on the
Oh.
docking pad.
Yeah,
Oh, people.
We're still in the spaceport. We haven't killed anyone yet on Taris, on the actual planet. Maybe.
Well, then I'm gonna start leading us out to wherever we need to go. Because Lexa totally heard where they need to go. This player did not.
You are going nowhere.
Oh,
We're
that's
waiting
stupid.
for Monsieur T to find us.
In the spaceport?
Yeah, he knows. The Eraser knows where we are, and he sent his associate to find us. I have an idea that chances are the Eraser gave Mr. T probably a full set of dossier, probably inch and a half thick of each of us. So,
Are you trying to comfort us or make us more upset about?
Yeah, that.
well, it depends on your point of view. At least he
My
knows
point
who
of
we
view
are.
that this is terrible.
Of course it is. But anyways, let's try to keep things pleasant. Let's see if we can't use as much talking as we can, and hopefully not kill anybody. But we'll see what happens.
I'm sure someone's gonna die at some point, because that usually how this goes.
We never do anything where someone doesn't die.
I can one-shot myself. We can. Oh, there's always a way for somebody to die.
I don't think you're the one who needs to be one shot. You need to one shot whoever is most likely to survive.
That can be
You can
arranged.
you don't even need to use your force point special stuff to one shot yourself.
Okay, so Aelond's setting up outside the ship.
That is correct. He's gonna
So-
set up outside and wait for the.
Are Kalani and Shyalu getting weird looks yet, or are we alone in the space dock hangar or whatever?
Oh, you mean if you went outside? I mean, it's a private landing platform, so there's nobody else there.
Okay.
Oh, it's private. Is it fancy?
This is
I mean,
Raydik ship.
it's
I
just
think
like
it is.
it's just a closed off place for your ship to land, and there's
There's
not
no lounge?
not like exposed to where the ship takes off from. No,
There's not a Starbucks over on the corner or something.
Guess like where?
you haven't gone far enough away from the ship to find the Starbucks, Aelond. You gotta go looking for the Starbucks. It'll hit you in the face as you see the giant logo as you walk out.
You're not even outside the terminal. You're out on the tarmac.
Yeah, it's like you're on the landing pad. You're not
Okay.
in the suite of awesomeness.
Moving past that, I'm moving past that. This is stupid. Just wait in front of the landing pad. So I'm moving past landing pad. Lead us out into the whatever's beyond landing pad room.
Okay, you want to go? So you go through the door, and it's like a hallway, and to your there's like clear doors, like basically it's all solid glass or transparent steel or whatever nonsense
Transparent
Taris wants to
steel.
call it. Well, it's called
Transparent
transparent steel because it's
correct.
definitely totally like steel. Anyway, because it doesn't totally fracture like glass in episode 3.
Shh. Continue on. Just go with
Keep
the
going.
logic.
Anyway, so you see, it's a very nice lounge. It's got like table, like an assorted fruit basket out on there. Some very comfortable looking chairs. Also like a business table looking thing. A fireplace. It's very fancy.
Okay.
I immediately go to the fruit basket and sample the fruits.
Cool. All right. We got the droid eating the fruits. Aelond's still up by the ship. So
Well-
you see Lexa walk down. Do you follow her?
Yeah, if I know that there's a lounge, I'm gonna go sit there because I would rather sit in the lounge than. You missed. I would rather go sit in a lounge than stand out on a tarmac waiting.
All right. So there's Shyalu, Kalani. What are you guys doing?
If the others are going and they seem to, and they didn't indicate that we should stay behind, I think we're probably going.
All right. So, Shyalu, where are you going?
Yeah, I guess I'm just following Aelond.
All right. Everybody's
And
in the
Ka-
lounge enjoying
yeah.
this fruit basket
Kalani
in the
is trying
fireplace.
not to be twitchy. I'm not sure she's successful.
At least we're in a lounge and not a cantina.
Zeri, what? Yeah, at least it's not a cantina.
That is true.
So is there a timetable as to when this Mr. T is supposed to show up, or are we just going to wait till the fruit is gone?
So, as you say that, you see a Salonian off in the distance in the hallway, starting to walk towards you, and makes the way towards the lounge. And
Perception check.
Okay, roll perception. Alrighty, roll perception.
Oh, dear sweet heavens. There is green hair on that one. Okay.
Not really. Bazak is trolling everybody.
I can't,
Mr.
I can't
Mohawk
see
comments.
it. I can't see it. The hair has blinded me.
My quick editing skills.
Oh, I see it. I see it this time. I see things.
All right, so Bazak, tell him what
You
they
two
see.
did. So what'd you say?
So it says, tell him what they see as you walk in.
Well, you see a 5'9" Salonian walk in. Stands pretty proud, as that's how he sort of carries him. And so, do I see them, or
Yeah, the lounge is just like a small area. That's why you went into the lounge, because you saw where they were.
so I know what Aelond looks like, right?
Yeah, you have a picture of him.
And so that's all I need to do to identify him, right? Or verify his identity, or whatever.
You'd want his Republic ID too.
Okay.
All of his dental records and his ancestors and his mom's phone number.
Yep, everything. What is your mother's maiden name?
That's all on the Republic ID.
Verify you're not a robot. Holds up a captcha on a tablet.
Oh wait, I can't do that.
No, yeah. So he's also not. He's just kind of like wearing like short things like around like his waist, and he's got like a little bit of a sort of thing. It looks like he's wearing a bracer computer on his arm, but he's not really wearing that much. Drisek wasn't really either. So you think that might be kind of species-ish, but they don't wear that much clothing. And
Also,
and
how
noticing,
tall was Drisek?
I'm not sure I gave her a specific height. Let me check. Wait, let's see. I gave her a height. I don't remember. If it would load, I would tell you. No, I didn't give her a height. She's shorter than that, though.
She's 6 inches tall.
I thought they were supposed to be taller.
Oh no, never mind. Yeah, you're right. She's not like crazy tall, but yeah, never mind. Yeah, you're right. She would be taller. She's not as tall as Kalani, but like in between heights, so like middle of 6 foot range. And his jaw looks squarer than Drisek's did, but not that square because they have very weaselly faces.
Because he's a ferret.
Well, sure. I don't think they were based on ferrets; they're more based on otters. But yeah, sure.
Something like that.
He's never not going to be a ferret in my mind.
Okay, so you see him look at you and walk up to you. He's got it. He's looking at his wrist computer and then looking at you as he walks.
Greetings, Mr. T. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I don't think that worked right. What?
Like only half a word came out.
What? What?
Aelond, I presume.
Well, Zeri's dead. Well, it's good. She's still fixing it on us. So, continue.
Oh, that be correct, my friend. And what would I need to do to verify my identity to you? I know that's what I've got to do. I assume you're Mr. T.
I need it. I
Yes.
need it.
Okay, taking a second to interpret that. Okay. Aelond will give you a funny look and then pull out his ID and say, "Alright, here you go. With obligatory left thumb print."
So he takes it and looks it over. Yeah. What's it look like? Does it look accurate?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. It
Scan
matches
it through my
everything.
computer.
Yeah, you can do it. It'll come back positive. It's good to go.
This way, please.
Alright. Well, just me, or can I take a few friends with me?
What was I told?
You were told to bring everybody.
Yeah, I don't know what you said there, Drisek. Breaking up too much.
You can bring them.
That's
Thank you
nice.
Thank you very much. Everybody, this is Mr. T. He says we can all go. As soon as you pick yourselves up off the floor.
That is out of character.
Come on!
I
If
think
anyone's actually laughing, he's just staring at you.
I couldn't make out what you said there, Zeri. You were squeaking almost much.
I think. Go ahead, Zeri. Because take a minute, breathe,
Yeah, breathing is good.
breathe.
Gonna come out as squeaky as hell!
Just text what you said in the Discord chat then.
Here's the wonderful thing. I've never heard what it sounds like.
Well, you
I
get
can't
to...
make myself. I can't figure out how to preview it.
Have you ever heard Alvin from Alvin and the
Do it
Chipmunks?
on the stream.
Good, then it's exactly what I was hoping for.
Yep, it's about like that.
When
a little
it
deeper,
goes
but it's about
through-
that.
Yeah, yeah. It
Oh,
seems
don't
to-
worry. There's more, Zeri. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
There better not be more.
It's not much more, but it's the third thing.
I'm playing a stoic character. This is gonna be really hard to maintain this.
We needed
So
some
am I.
relief in this ridiculously dark section of the story.
I like being able to breathe, guys. This is problematic for that.
It can't be funny every time. You'll get used to it. It'll be fine.
No.
So Mr. T just turns around and expects that you're following him and starts heading on.
Aelond will follow. Motioning for everybody else to follow, assuming Lexa is following and not, rolling on the floor.
No,
I'm
Lexa's
pretty
not
sure-
amused by
I'm-
this at all. She's
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
good thing
pretty sure
Lexa doesn't
they-
need to breathe.
Yeah, Lexa
Yep.
doesn't. She's good.
Yup.
She could be laughing and simultaneously killing people.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the reactions were out of character.
Is anyone else asphyxiating yet?
Not yet.
Not in character.
Sorry.
Kyrath is unamused.
I'm amused. I'm just not dying.
You have the same reaction my brother has to being amused. It's like, huh, that's funny. And then he moves on.
Alrighty, so everybody's following him. And... Cool, we keep going, And you take a taxi, well, you take a speeder to
That I
various
drive.
places throughout.
It's a speeder, which means you're not driving.
I'm driving. Even if I have to kick the Uber driver out, I'm driving.
There's not an Uber driver. Mr. T was driving. He knows where he's going, so
Yeah, you can have fun trying to force Mr. T out. That would be fun.
I don't know. Can we not make that the first character reaction? Oh my goodness.
Then I sit in the front seat and I glare at him the whole time.
He gives you this like
And
5-second glare back, and then he goes back to driving silently.
because I'm a droid, I don't ever have to blink or turn away.
Alrighty. So you keep going. And yeah, so takes a bit, but he pulls up, walks a couple of blocks, takes you. It's still like a fancy-ish part of town, but not as fancy as the spaceport.
Yeah, and now we're getting the funny looks.
As you step out, yeah, you're gonna get some funny looks because you know you're a giant cat person.
And fish sticks.
And they can tell you're a Jedi, so that's always fun. So they're not giving you as dirty looks as they would have if you're not wearing a Jedi outfit. But
What
they're
about-
still looking at you like,
But fish sticks, obviously, people are looking at him too.
yeah. Yeah.
And even our new acquaintance, probably.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
We'll be fine. Besides,
Yeah, just don't talk to anybody and then you won't get into a fight. Please, do not derail with random civilians. Please, oh my goodness.
Kalani is feeling even more uncomfortable now because she's sensing some.
Listen, if any of you guys like detour away from the car, he's not waiting for you. Like, he's just going straight to the car, and if no one gets in the speeder, then yeah,
I think, we're all there.
except for
Yeah.
Aelond.
well,
We're all there.
I'm following, making sure everybody tries to make it through. But yeah, Aelon's following.
So I gotta put everybody on the next map. It's exciting. Guess what, everybody? He takes you into a cantina. It's called Shot Through the Heart. Nobody look at anybody. Don't even.
I hate you.
I think that this
What was
image
that
is
song?
a mirror image because that Orabesh is backwards.
Yeah, well, I wasn't paying attention. So I just got it.
But Kyrath was, and that's the point.
And I do not care. Oh, are you bringing R1S with you? Also, Kalani, you should be at full health. That doesn't look like you're at full health. You should be at full health.
Yeah, I'll bring him. I don't want to leave him on the ship.
All right, R1S, whose stats we have know nothing about, is coming along for the ride. All right, I make no promises.
Oh,
Remember
By the
last
way-
time we were like, oh, what could go wrong? I'll send him to go hang out with
Yeah.
Shyalu, and then he got blown to smithereens. There's no problem.
Oh, but
I
don't worry.
regret-
I just took the improved force shield, so I can extend it to everyone around me instead of just myself. So
Oh,
you won't get
fancy.
bonus next time I use force shield.
Cool.
That's nice.
Oh, shit. Mm.
Now you're making me want to take dive for cover, because that would literally allow me to move if something or if an AoE blast went off anywhere. Without provoking an attack of opportunity. So I didn't get that though. I can now hide really good though.
I forgot what I got at level 20. What did I do?
What?
Well,
You got
we're
nothing at level 20?
Are you cheating?
Yep. That's just cheating.
you're not cheating again, are you?
Who knows what I'm doing? No one does. I don't even know what I'm doing. Please.
I don't know what my computer is doing. It's being annoying, is what it's being.
Oh, I got combat reflexes. That's right.
So, Mr. T, is that your real name, or or do you have a different pseudonym that you would like to use?
No, for the talk.
call me Theodore.
Theodore. Well, it's good to meet you, Theodore. My name is Aelond Koeth. What's your particular favorite sports team here on Taris? I haven't caught up with the sports team in sports news in about a month or so.
I don't watch sports.
This is great.
All right.
This sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks if they smoked.
Isn't Theodore one of the chipmunks?
Yep.
Yes.
Names?
He's the older one, or quote unquote older. He's the smart one, the one in blue.
There's definitely a chain smoking element to that as well.
Alrighty. Okay, so you make it through the cantina. You head to a back room. You get a lot of stares from drunk people, but you're moving pretty quickly. So by the time they see you, you're just like, Mr. T, Theodore. He's got you on a mission. He's just going from point A, point B. He's taking you there. So as long as none of you do anything crazy.
Oh, also, I'm using my blend in as my natural talent. So if I'm adjacent to people, then I have
Yeah, you're short enough that you hide behind all the tall people. You're good. You're in a crowd of people. They just see the giant cat who looks like a Jedi and
It's
others.
twitchy.
That's the only person they're gonna remember.
The twitchy giant cat Jedi.
Yep. Pretty much. Nothing goes wrong in Katinas forever, I think that's I'm remembering that correctly, right?
Why does it have to be a cantina?
I think one of those words is wrong, but whatever.
What?
Is it the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals?
Wait, the cantina's name is Shot Through the Heart, correct?
Yes, shot through the heart. But you're too late. Hopefully not too late in this instance. So you go through, you go to a back room. Actually, you know what? Everybody give me stealth checks to make sure, or a dexterity check, whichever you prefer. Are you trying to be stealthy or just not bump into people? Make a choice.
No, I'm not trying to be stealthy.
Okay, but I have concealment because of my talent.
Yeah,
so
you're
do
good.
I
You don't
have
need to
make a
roll. You're
stealth
fine.
check?
You're fine.
Sweet.
I don't care about bumping
so-
people.
Oh no!
Roll 20 while you do this to me.
I don't. Actually, I don't suppose acrobatics would.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Acrobatics works.
Pretty sure that's much better.
I don't know. I would tell you if I could see what you rolled.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that is definitely much better.
Aelond rolled a 32 for stealth. Kalani rolled a 28 for dexterity.
Cool. All right. So you make it to the canteen without incident. Winning. All right. So
A new record.
yeah, right. That happens. Okay. Except for the
Just
time
wait
you went.
5
The
minutes.
last time you were in a cantina, it was just a couple of you, and you were talking to a Clatuinian about the exchange's drug practices.
Didn't I punch him at some point?
Yeah.
No.
And he got
Maybe?
dragged away into a back room.
No, that's different. That was the bar on Coruscant. Totally different bar. Talking about the bar on
Most of
Narshada.
my
Still a
conversations end in
cantina.
punching.
And I
people.
don't think Kalani went in there.
No, that was just Shyalu and I.
So I imagine we're going to a room in the back somewhere, right?
Yes, you're going to a room in the back, and then there's a secret door panel that opens, and you walk down some stairs.
Perception check.
Aelond is
Pretty-
trying to.
What are you perceiving?
Anything she can. She is
Depends on how
suspicious
many
and
enemies
twitchy.
you put in on the map and how well she rolls.
Enemy is such a
Depending on how big your
subjective term.
pocketbook is.
Mine is very big.
Don't let anybody rob you. Don't brag about how much money you have.
Oh, no, okay. Just now that I'm thinking about it now, she's gonna put her credit chip in her hidden compartment in her leg.
Okay.
No stealing.
Noted. Okay, you see it's a room. There's nobody there. The door panel kind of just slides open from the wall. It didn't really look like it was like a painting, and now it moved, and now there's a staircase down. And as you go down the staircase, it's just a hallway. That I will switch you all to now, so you can see the hallway. If my computer will let me drag everybody. Okay. Okay, everybody should be able to see.
Yes, we do.
Be able to see.
I
Yes.
see.
I also
black-
see a.
Oh wait, now I see something.
Also see a.
All the way down there.
/ red bar.
As
That's
normal, I
clear
see
vision.
everything.
Or something.
Yeah, that's a light source.
Okay.
You can put the light source in the light layer, then it's not visible.
Oh, and the dynamic lighting layer.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was going to show up or not, so I want to make sure everybody could see.
I see everything.
It's fine. You can't choose to move it to the light layer, so I'm just gonna leave it in the map layer where it is.
Can't? Why not?
Well, when you right click on it, it does the dynamic lighting layer is not an option.
You just
There
hit
it
like L, comma or something like that.
All right, we're gonna try this nonsense, and it's gonna go terribly. I'm gonna break
Or L
link.
period.
Which one is it?
Also,
I
L
think
period.
comma is the light layer, K is the GM layer, M is the map layer, and O is the object layer.
Oh, yep, it was L.
Yay.
Okay,
There's a shortcuts reference right there, guys. Not to remember everything.
but it took me to the layer, and I want to do it to all of these.
Also, something to note: my character has dark vision, so whatever
Yep.
adjustments of sight you.
Also, I have dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Way better dark vision. There's someone else who can see all the things I see.
Yes, I ignore concealment and total concealment from darkness.
Hold on a second. Now I gotta move all my other light sources, otherwise people are gonna be like, "I see the light source."
You can just highlight them all and move them together.
But I have other stuff that it'll accidentally highlight the actual back of the map.
Hello.
Hey!
Quick, Pazak, talk like the ferret again.
No, she can't hear. Oh, okay, hold
I
on.
can kind of hear him.
Okay. Shh. Go ahead, Bezak.
Please stop gargling.
That's Bezak's new character. Yeah, you
Yeah, Bezak is now playing a outer ferret person with a voice
Tell
of
her
a
my
chipmunk.
name.
His name is Mr. T.
No, what's T stand for?
Theodore.
More from Aelond and the Chipmunks.
Nice.
I wasn't gonna tell her those details. I was gonna let her figure those out.
Yeah,
Alrighty, so you're coming down this hallway.
meeting this character was making it hard to breathe.
It's great, so you won't be able to have a conversation with my important character. You just be like,
Bye, guys.
can't breathe.
Bye.
See you Sunday.
Sunday? Oh, yeah.
That's half the reason that that the Eraser hired this guy. No one
No one takes
no one
it
can
seriously.
take him seriously. And then they die.
We need to go fast.
Okay, can only handle one person tonight, guys. Come on, just no more of this.
What you didn't realize is that the Eraser also has a ridiculous voice. He actually talks with a lisp. No, he doesn't actually. He doesn't have a voice.
I
Talks
couldn't
with a chipmunk voice and a list.
Okay, so you're walking down this hallway, and as you're walking, feel free to move yourselves. Or not, depending on whether or not you're walking.
No, move us yourself.
No, I'm busy in the dynamic lighting layer, so I can move this door once people get to the door. There we go.
Okay.
So has the Eraser given me any specific security?
The door opens when you
protocols?
get there, and you would.
I mean, like, are they allowed to carry their weapons into there, or what?
Yeah, they are.
Is he in
Yes.
motion?
No, he's not. So the doors slide open. You enter into a room that has some white, like giant. You assume are like a fancy hollow projector system embedded into the floor. And there's a bunch of screens and images flashing around, and there's this smallish, not super small, but not large, pretty spindly insectoid guy reaching his hands around. Looks like he's wearing a visor of some sort, and he's just kind of motioning things in. And as you walk in, Theodore, thank you for bringing them here. Hold on a second. He kind of pushes a button on his wrist, and the holograms die down. He flips up his visor. Welcome. I'm the eraser. How was your journey?
Great. So far, it was pretty good.
And
What are you?
I see you didn't bring R1S along for the ride. All right, R1S got stuck in the hallway. All right, let it be known. This is what happened. All right, it's scanned because the door is now shut. R1S is in the hallway. All right.
I didn't see that you put the token there. What? You didn't put the token there.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, the token was right next to me when we spawned.
What? What?
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah, you're definitely having this is sounding like a chipmunk
Okay,
yourself.
it's not my fault. Serva came in the room. I didn't see everything.
Fine, R1S makes it into the room with you.
I'll remember this.
Also, I'm using Sense of Force to see if he has any evil intentions that we need to be wary of.
Also, I can't move his token, so it ain't my fault.
You should be able to.
Well, I can't.
You
I can move Lexa,
should be able to.
but I can't.
That might
so
be
it really doesn't change the
Linked
facts.
to the regular droid token instead of R1S's token.
Of course it is. I'll fix that later.
I'm gonna sense dark side too.
Okay. Feeling.
Let's
Force
see
things.
if he has the dark side inside of him.
Going to reroll that.
When it rerolls. Da, 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 there it goes. That's a little better.
I'd say that's more than a little better.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Sense
All right,
force.
so if you start sensing dark side, you do not sense dark side. He doesn't seem to have evil intentions based on your 5 seconds and cursory glancing at his will through the force.
Shyalu does not believe this.
Apparently not. Okay.
What are you?
What, have you never seen a Verpine before? Really? I think
No.
we get around, right? Anybody Verpine? No?
Verpine?
Can I roll to see if I know?
Sure. Roll if you see what the Verpine
Galactic knowledge? Or galactic lore?
are.
Or life
Yeah.
sciences?
Or life sciences, if you are very ridiculously trained in life sciences, as Shyalu is.
He knows everything about everyone. Biologically speaking.
Yeah, I'm curious about this galactic lore.
Shh, Lexa doesn't know. I don't need to roll.
Aelond spent enough time in space stations and whatnot. He probably knows. I figure he probably does. But might as well just test the roll out just in case.
I don't need to roll. I already know I don't know. Except for this one person.
You've met
Except that
one
I work for
Verpine
one.
ever. You're like, oh, he's a bug dude. I work for a bug guy. He's not a Geonosian. He seems
He doesn't know the word Verpine. He just knows that this person is this thing. The other things are like him are the same thing.
Okay, so people who rolled well, yeah, everybody knows. Kalani, you've seen Verpine before. They're not a particularly common species. You don't know that much about them. Shyalu, you know a lot about their physiology. And they kind of have a hive-ish structure, but it's not something like the Geonosians or like Kilix, which I'm not sure you would know about Kilix yet, because they're kind of off in the middle of nowhere. So they're not evil like the Colicoids are. They're much more sane than less despotic than them. Just a little bit. Aelond, you know that they are pretty technologically savvy and they have some pretty cool inventions. So they work as mechanics and stuff. So they're like the Colicoids, but less evil, basically. They kind of do their own thing. The Colicoids are psychotic and build droidicas, and everybody doesn't like them. The Verpine just build cool stuff and then leave people alone, pretty much.
Unless they erase your identity, then they don't leave you so much alone.
Well, if they do that, then that's more of a paid
They just
service.
cause everyone else to leave you alone.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Just
come
arrest
here
them,
and take
then you
that
can
up.
leave them alone and leave everybody else alone, and it's fine.
Cool.
All right, so ask this question: Have anybody seen a Verpine? Yes. So some of you have seen. So all three of you have seen Verpine before, and you all know very
No,
many things
I've
about
never
them.
seen
Well,
anything like you before.
Anybody else want to? This is trivia. I want to see what you guys know. Verpine, go. What do you know? Points at you, Aelond.
Well, I know you're fairly technologically advanced and pretty handy around technology. You could probably, if I handed you my blaster, you could probably figure out what I've installed on it fairly quickly. Probably even at a cursory glance. You might even be able to tell. Given what I know of you, of your species, you could probably even figure out some of the more nuanced stuff, some of the more nuanced technology that I've run across.
Well, at least somebody knows of our achievements. We don't get out that much, but generally speaking, we
So
like...
do I trip when I step where I step?
Where did you step?
No, you're good.
No, do you see now where I was stepping?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's not invisible.
Yeah, he's not invisible. You're good. You can step around him. You're good.
If he was invisible, he wouldn't be in
Wait, the
the room.
Verpine can communicate with radio waves? That's awesome.
Yes, yes, because they're awesome, and they have a bunch of cool stuff. And I wanted to play a different character, so he's a Verpine, and it's awesome. So anyway, so he's looking at you, Aelond. So anyway, that's beside the point of why we're here. But yeah, so I'm kind of out on my own. Kind of ditched everybody. That's a topic for a different time. Thanks again for catching Ersk, but I think that actually may have been. Yeah, I think they wanted you to catch him. I think am I piecing that together right? Because he had this. So he had hired me a couple years back when he started his business in case he needed to disappear.
Out of character and possibly in character as well. Remind me, who are you talking about?
He is the Trandoshan who had the droids that attacked the Senate building that were actually supposed to be courier droids that you spent like 4 sessions trying to track down because all traces of him vanished, but then you found his ship records.
Was that before or after Kalani was?
That was before.
That was
Okay.
That was way
the
before.
first
That was
mission.
before.
That's the first mission we went on.
Yeah. So that was him. So like his ship records like basically reappeared after about a day.
That was a Trandoshan guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was totally a Trandoshan, and he was named.
See, I was
his ship
gone
was
the session that
named-
we actually interacted with him. So
Wasn't his ship named Grog? Or no?
It was the Strongjaw.
Strongjaw.
Yeah,
That's
it was
what
the
it
Strongjaw.
was. I remember it because it was from something from Critical Role that reminded me of that. So yeah, no, I remember him.
Yeah. So you found his ship. It got stuck in the spaceport, and you couldn't leave. And you guys tracked him down to his ship.
Mhm.